Have the microphone on. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Right, you catch me here. Yes, there's a blank screen right now. That's because my game hasn't initiated, but it will do in a moment. Oh, dear. I'm still at home. I'm still not back to work yet. Although I think they're going to allow me to go back to work after my fracture clinic appointment, which is in Rostock Hospital Fracture Clinic at July the 6th. Obviously, it's Friday, July the 7th, Saturday the 8th, Sunday the 9th. So, all being well, I'll be back at work on the 10th. So, where are we? Okay, we'll take Jenna Fox. Now, I'm still in a little bit of discomfort. I'm not in pain, and it is controllable by simply just trying to stay relaxed. So I can feel it in my bones. I'm going to be back at work, all being well, on the 10th. With the model railway, obviously I've got a thing going on with that. There's been absolutely nothing has happened since the update. Basically, I've got my stock on the rails. I have got an issue with my 66. It does need a bit of a service. One of the wires has come off the lead bogie at the number one end, which means it's going to have to be repaired somehow with a new bit of wire. Not a major problem. It still works on the picks up on the number two bogie, but it's not ideal. But she is kind of over oiled. There's too much oil in the bogie, so it's mucking all the contacts up. So it'll run for a while, then it'll start misbehaving itself. Right, okay, I am not in my white Scania today. I'm in my purple Scania. It's all metallic purple. I will change my trailer as well. Dismiss that. And I will take one of my Esbjerg ones. Not that one. Not that one. That one. Okay. Use. Yep. And I will call this trailer to me. We'll see where it takes us. I might do a small run in this, then switch over to American Truck Simulator. Because I've also updated that. I've also put the Alaska map back on. Right, so what have we got here? Okay. Right, let's see what we've got to go down to. Oh, apparently nothing. Let's have a look up here. Nothing. 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 So I'm going to have to drive all the way down to there to get something. So stuff, somewhat Moai Rana. Hornixfag. Where's Hornixfag? Really? Nothing for a refrigerated double? Which I find rather strange to believe, so let's quick travel to Hornixfag. Sometimes it'll probably get me a job there. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. That's a nice pretty picture. The Alta Valley. Right, okay. Job market. Cargo market. Nothing. Okay, right. Let's go down to... let's quick travel to Tromsø, I think. Now, obviously, we've got Salamanca there. Or what I could do, actually. What I could do. Right, exit. Trailer manager, let's pick up my... Let's dismiss. Strange, I've got some areas you've got doubles in loads in some areas of Norway, but not others. Right, quick travel back to Kirkenes. Because there was something coming out of Kirkenes, so we'll see how we go. We'll go from there. Right. Now, I know full well that there's not going to be anything up on... Oh, actually, yeah, there are loads out of Longyearbyen. Yeah, so I could take Longyearbyen if I so desired, but let's go Kirkenes to Bergen to start us off with. Yeah, we'll take that one. 5 tons of herbs. See, 5 tons of herbs in this truck? Oh, welcome aboard. Now, what we have here is a 3.5 meter height limit in this lane. So I just need to move over a bit to ensure I've got good clearance on that. Because I think that bridge does actually have a collision volume. So you don't really want to whack it. Yeah, my lights are on. Now I did see somebody on Truckers Multiplayer trying to attempt this slope here on the right, failing miserably. So let's do a Werber's maneuver or Swift maneuver and see if we can do it in this. Remember, the road isn't that we're about to go up is not suitable for this kind of vehicle. But we're going to have a go anyway. How on earth I did not hit that sign? Oh, I did. I actually hit the sign. And this particular player was trying to get up here with something like a Renault Premium with a Jigger or something. Now I've got 620 horsepower Scania and an empty trailer. And I'm barely getting up the top. And now this guy trying to get up here with about 300 horsepower Renault Premium. It was not going to happen. Now I've got fun. Now, whilst I've been recuperating, I've got plenty of time to watch things on YouTube. Conspiracy videos, magnet fishing, flat earthers. You know, all for entertainment purposes. I mean, come on. I mean, we all know that if the earth was flat, anybody who's got a cat would have known what the problem is, because the cats would just push everything off the edge. You know, you go far enough up, and you don't have to go very far, you will see a very, very slight curvature. Because the earth is so fucking big. I'm not going to get into the old flatty argument, because you can believe what you like. You can't deny science. Science! It works, bitches! I don't know. We'll go to Bergen, I think. Yeah, the sun rises in the east, tracks across the sky, and sets in the west. And this particular video clip was like, this woman's adamant to that. There are no south-facing shadows. That proves the earth is flat. Well, where was she? North America, north of the equator. Well, if you go to southern Kenya, if you go to South Africa, Australia, any country that is sort of south of the equator, the sun will be to the north of you, and a shadow will always be cast at 180 degrees to the light source, which means you're going to get a southward facing shadow. Bollocks. I didn't hit it! So, quite where they got this ludicrous idea from, like the earth being flat, I have no fucking idea. But they must all be Dutch, because in Holland the world is very much flat, because there are no hills. Flat means without contour. but we are very much living on the ball. Yeah, if you've got a big enough item, you're going to get gravity. If you got, imagine you get all the wool in the universe and you made a big fuck off wool ball the size of the Earth. It would have gravity. It would have its own gravitational field. Bit of a weak one, I'll grant you. But it would have one. So you then make a big... I think I'll get in there. Cheat. So if you were to get a snowball the size of the Earth, because it's got more mass than the woolen ball, it would have more attraction. Simple as that. And obviously if you get a big ball of rock, well, look down below, look all around you. You are going to be attracted to it. But there's no flies across the southern hemisphere. You know, from Australia to across the Antarctic. There are. Just not many. Because people in Australia don't really want to go to South America. But you can catch a flight that takes you from South America to South Africa. You can charge a flight quite easily. And you can get to the South Pole. It's just bloody difficult, bloody cold. Although, about £3,000 to Hurtigruten in Norway, and they will take you there on a cruise ship. So yeah, you can go to the South Pole. People have been. People have come back. And then obviously you've got solar eclipses, where the moon crosses the Earth's shadow, crosses the Earth. Well, oh yeah, I was taking me this way. And that happens because the Earth is behind the moon as it tracks across the sun. Therefore you see a big shadow. Well, if you've got lunar eclipses, well, the opposite is happening. The Earth is getting in the way. And you know. But then, of course, you have lunar cycles. From no moon to full moon, back to no moon again. Yeah, nice ball-shaped spherical disc tracking across the shadow. Come on, flat earthers, wake up and smell the fucking coffee. Smell the bacon and drink the coffee. The Earth is fucking round, you soft bastards. It's been great entertainment watching these people have their pseudoscience completely just torn apart by the likes of Neil deGrasse Tyson and Simon Dan and Dave McKean. Carefully, methodically, just poke. I mean, already their pseudoscience is on shaky ground anyway. And then you've got, on the other thing, magnet fishing. That's exactly what it says. You take a magnet on a rope, chuck it in water, and see what you get. You found cars, motorcycles, mortar bombs, AR-15s. And some of the things you find, like, holy crap. You know, live hand grenades, that kind of. And these are just like, just a short distance away from where people are driving, like on a bridge or something like that, like crazy. Well, as I say, yeah. Although I did the other day hit an absolute all-time low. I watched You Only Live Twice, the James Bond film. Oh, that didn't be truck any good. Right, we go to Brensholmen. That's one ferry out of the way. What are you doing, little dog? I've got a little dog who's got a little bit of an upset stomach at the moment. Because she nicked my sausages. Sausage and chips do not agree with little dogs. Right, we are now in Bergen, Norway. Right. Now this week also marked the 78th, 70 something anniversary of D-Day. The D in D-Day simply meant day. And it was the largest Allied seaborne invasion in history. Yeah, it was a proper bloody, was it? Pound up the beaches and go for it. I think there was one guy on Scottish guy, one of the Scottish regiments. He walks up that beach playing bagpipes with a fucking claymore. God, he was nuts. I mean, he was proper bloody. Yeah, kudos to doing it like, but he's fucking mad. Now it's getting quite humid here in North Staffordshire. So I think we might be in for a thunderstorm. Apparently there's a 51% chance of thunder. Because there's also an amber thunder warning out. Well, we'll see, shall we? It's certainly warm, I'll tell you that. It's too warm for my little dog. Right, so once we've done, we'll get this route out of the way. Let's see, because where I stand, I've got something like 17,000 kilometers in Trucksbook since I started picking up this game again. I got, yeah. I'm doing that because it's nice, it's relaxing, it takes all the weight off my hip. You know, so I can sit there and be relatively comfy. Plus I've got nothing to do on the model railway right now. It's all work on that has temporarily come to a halt. Although, on the day that I'm told that you can go back to work, which will hopefully be the 6th of July. I've got an appointment to 9:30 in the morning. Unfortunately, that particular week I'm actually booked as I'd also booked off for a week. So, bit annoying. I mean, it's a time and I really would prefer not to have spent it in hospital, because I'd rather it hadn't fallen off the truck in the first place. Me falling off the truck proves that there is gravity. There is a very, very strong downward force to this planet. And it wasn't so much the fall that did me, it was a sudden impact in the hard concrete. Bang! And my hip just bore the brunt. Just took all the impact. And basically it was momentarily overloaded. I hit the braking strain. Now, is it Dracotrans? This one here. So we will go to that's there. We'll just go to there. We'll just park it there. You can unload to the side doors. Put the beacons on. Beacons hadn't fired off. There we are. Okay. Engine off. And open the door. 73 kilometres. It was mostly ferry, so we'll take another load. Trondheim. Or we can go to Valencia in Spain. Right, we'll take that one there, I think. Nice little run down to southern Spain. A million corona job. So, what we'll do now, we'll take the ferry to Santander. Temperature will gently pull itself down, which is good. We've got both fridges in the back working nicely, so that is nice. One thing I would like to hear in this game is that when you have a yeah, 5, hello. Now, I would like to hear the the rumble of the refrigeration plant. Right, come on, baby. There we go. 6. Hello, welcome aboard. Yeah. You know, we'll head up to Santander on the ferry, and then we'll head down through Spain, through some of the, hopefully some of the secondary roads. Because although this particular mod does not have any country restrictions, you could not take this truck through France. Take that as far as Germany, then you'd have to split it and go through France separately, then rejoin it in Spain. However, I did bring this fact up to ProMods. I would like to say that the idea of a ferry from Bergen to Santander was a damn good idea. I think there's also one from Esbjerg as well. Which also goes to Spain. Because if you've got a truck like this, you know, I've got 2 trailers, and we'll oh, Life on 2 Wheels, how are you doing? Turn my microphone up. Hang on. Okay, let's see what level of it is. Okay, let's see what it's turned up. How's that? Any better? I might need to turn my desktop audio. I'll whack that up. How's that? It's right at the top now, so I'll leave it about there. Knock it down a bit. How am I doing? Bit better than what it was a few weeks ago. Yeah, of course. Of course. 2 weeks ago, the week before the bank holiday, you might have seen the video I put up where I was in hospital because on the Tuesday immediately before the bank holiday I was in the process of securing my load for transit. I hadn't even left the depot. I fell off my truck and splat, broke my hip, well, fractured my hip. So I've now got 3 nice decent sized screws in it. I saw that video that you put up of that pedestrian. Yeah, it was a case of oh dear. My words were not oh dear when it happened. And you certainly weren't ouch. There's a few Anglo-Saxon words thrown in there for good measure. My language was not very polite, to say the least. And this was on the Tuesday, about 7:15 in the morning. I started work at 6:30. So I pulled my wagon out, done my walk around check, gone to, I opened my bloody curtains. I thought, right, let's see what I've got. Oh, joy of joys, barrels. Oh, fuck, I hate carrying fucking barrels. Speaks to Neil, the forklift truck driver. He put a pallet on the top of each one, so I can put a strap down over it. So he lifts up 2. So I climbed up, pulls 1 across, so I got 1 pallet of barrels with a pallet on top and another pallet of barrels with a pallet on top. goes to turn around to climb back down, and bang! Fucking deal. So they call, my boss calls the ambulance. I was like, okay. Control says, there might be a 4-hour wait. Oh, for fuck's sake, no. No, not that long. Gee. 25 minutes later. Nina. I can't remember that. It was. Oh, right. It's on your YouTube channel then. But it just, so pedestrians are their own worst enemy sometimes. They do not fucking look. Yeah. And so, of course, this is now 7:15. Medical, the two paramedic nurses get out the ambulance, like, along with a student nurse, or a student paramedic, and start to assess me. And you can see how my right leg was hanging. It was like, nah, shouldn't be at that angle. I know. We think you might have done your hip in. Might have? Okay, well, he puts me on the bloody spinal board, like, yikes me up. Bit of effing and blinding. As he lifted me up, like, because I did not want to be moved. But obviously, they've got to get me to the hospital, and they can't simply just teleport me there. So I had to be repositioned and put onto the ambulance, like, so it puts me inside. Don't know how long it was before I got to it. It wasn't long before I got to hospital. They gave me gas and air and morphine. I have no idea how much morphine they put in, except it was a lot. A lot by my standards. Hey up, Hot Rock. How you doing? And the triage me, like, explain the situation, like, okay, we'll send you off to X-ray. Yep. My hip was in 2 pieces. Thanks a lot. Thanks a bunch, Gravity. So, I did have a fun day that day. So they kept me, I got a cannula in my hand ready to put the morphine in at this point, like, so they kept me dosed up with painkillers and saline and stuff, and fluids. By the way, you are nil by math. We cannot feed you, and you can't have a drink. What? We can't operate on you now, but we are going to operate on you in the morning. Okay. Thanks. So I'll try and get some sleep. Sleep was the only thing I could do. I couldn't really do a great deal. I just didn't want to move. So I slept. I wouldn't wish that kind of pain on anybody. It really was bad. But the anaesthetist who came to speak to me said, we are going to give you an epidural. Alrighty. So you'll be awake through the entire procedure, but you won't feel a thing. Okay. Are you, he goes, are you allergic to anything? I goes, falling onto a concrete floor from height. I'm allergic to that. Are you allergic to penicillin? Don't know, never had it. Okay. However, as you're giving me an epidural and going to be awake, is there any chance that you can put a video camera on the screen so I can see what you're doing? No. Unfortunately, it's not a TV assisted ward. Oh. Yeah, because the thing is, it needs to anaesthetize you, and as you're probably well aware, if you are drinking on an empty stomach, you know, you get pissed a lot quicker. The alcohol takes effect quicker, easier, with less alcohol than if you got a full stomach. Because the food absorbs the alcohol, apparently, I think. Oh yeah, on the Wednesday, he wheels me into the thing, like, to give me the epidural. And they actually asked me, we have to ask you this thing about, am I pregnant? I goes, if I am, I'm going to be fucking rich. Much applause, like, yeah. But he completely numbs me leg. Completely numbs me entire right hand side. Proper floppy. Wheels me in. Although, whilst you're doing this, I goes, is this the bit where you get the rusty... In there, is that the bit where they get... The room where they get the rusty scalpel, the Makita drill and the posi drive screws? Close. We don't use rusty scalpels, but pretty much that's what you gotta do. And definitely no camera to watch? No, sir. Bucket! Yeah, so he wheels me in. What have you? Yeah. I mean, they did actually ask me if I was allergic to anything. Again, like, apart from falling onto concrete floor, as far as I'm aware, I'm not allergic to anything like penicillin, because I've never had it. So I cannot say yes or no, because I've not had penicillin in my entire life. Until this bloody point, like, you know. I try to avoid hospitals. But you imagine, like, you know, man gives birth. You know, how much that guy could make selling his story to the press. You know, biological male gives birth. You could make an absolute fortune. Yeah. Yeah, uncles, you know, basically it's like, this man gave birth. He is not a female to male trans man. No, he's a born man. He's not he's never transitioned his entire life, yet he managed to give birth. Yeah, I'm fucking rich. Put it this way, I'd never need to work again. Yeah, you can add up the entire every lottery win of every lottery on the planet, even the Nigerian ones. Yeah, that's probably the only way I would give birth. Well, that said, I'm lying, of course, at this point, he wheels me into the operating theatre. I have... I look around, there's like about 2 or 3 like smart TVs with Google webpage, like search browser, on the wall. I think there's 4 in there, there's 1 in each room, but I can only see 3 of them because of the angles I was at. There was 1 in front of me, 1 to my left, 1 to my right. And above me was like a panel of LEDs that formed like a parabola of hexagonal lights. Which I thought they were fucking bright as fuck. They were proper bright. But I I got visions of him here, the bank nurse and obviously the people there. Surgeon would call out what he wants, where he wants, and what have you. Maybe place a scalpel down on a metal tray once he's finished with it. So I was expecting to hear scalpel. Thank you. Clank. Pistol grip tool. Didn't do any of that. So I must have been fucking out of it. Yeah. I've got other people are driving my truck right now. And when I get back on, hopefully on the 10th of July, I'm going to have a look at that truck and just make sure everything's as it should be, how I want it to be. And this is a bit where the traffic goes fuck nuts and rams me from the side. Don't even think about it, red car, thank you. How long? All being well, I'll be going back to work on the 10th of July. I've been off since basically bank holiday, the week, Tuesday before the bank holiday. So altogether, I'm gonna be off about 6 or 7 weeks. Boring. Yeah. I've already got no nails for clawing at the bloody walls line and trying to get out and about. Well, they give me on the Thursday. It gets me up and. Now I think from what I gather, I bet all the bloody straps are all bloody hanging everywhere. So I have a specific way of hanging my straps at the end of my shift. And hopefully the cab will be tidy-ish. I mean, if someone's been listening to my CDs, yeah, fair enough. I don't mind. You know. Just as long as I go to my Jean-Michel Jarre CD as the Jean-Michel Jarre CD in that box. Not Sky, not Iron Maiden. It's the right box for the right CD. Yeah, I'm just doing ETS just to kill time. You see that, I'll sit there and watch trains go round. I've got nothing to, you know. Although, when on the 6th of July, if the fracture clinic say, you are good to go back to work on the next week. That's true. I mean, having said that, some agency workers aren't bad. Yeah. Because I was an agency driver, and I would always leave my truck exactly how I found it. Yeah. As an agency driver, I would make sure that the straps and the back of the truck were all neatly folded away. The pallet truck was strapped down, and the interior straps are all folded up, pushed up to the back of the truck, with 2 clipped in and all benders out, bunched together and wrapped round so they weren't lying everywhere. Yeah. I'd leave the truck exactly how I would like to find it. And some agency workers like, yeah, not my truck, don't give a fuck. Others really do look after the truck. Which is good. Although one thing which I'll probably find is that the seat will not be how I left it. it will always be in a different position. You know, the radio will probably be completely retuned. Fuckers. Yeah. As long as the fridge is clean. Yeah, I always used to coil my straps up with the claw on the outside. I always used to do it that way. I do it that way, not so that when I cast the strap over, somebody doesn't get clunked by the claw. Is I clip it in first and then throw it, because if I accidentally let go, yeah, of the strap, it ain't gonna go flying out of reach, because it's already anchored down at the bottom end. And whereas in the Volvo that I had, it got 2 external lockers, big external lockers. I mean, the hatches, you can get inside. You could curl up inside the lockers. They were that big. And I'd have on the right hand side locker, I'd have all the tails. On the left hand side locker, I'd have all the ratchets. So walk in, grab it, click, cast, click, cast, click, cast, click, cast. Go around the other side, get the ratchet, feed it through, pull it tight, zip, 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 done. Right. Okay. Right, let's go to content browser for a second. And trailer browser. Let's go for container. And let's go down the bottom here. Right. This is the tail, what I refer to as the tail. Whereas that's your ratchet there. Let's go a bit closer. So that's obviously your ratchet. And this is the first part that is attached to there. Although these are slightly different design. Because that one is tied there. Normally they go from here through the ratchet and out, and basically you cycle this bit here. That's your ratchet and that's your tail. And so nice welding job there. So I'll clip that on. That'll go over the top. Although, to be honest, I would want this being a little bit better strapped with nets as well. There's not a lot stopping these pallets coming off, especially that one there. Well, it's only meant to be a generalization of showing what the straps are like. So, in the Volvo, let's go for Truck Manager. Let's go to this. I got 2 lockers. So in this one, come on, wiki. Wakey, wakey. There we go. So this side, it's obviously on the, it's obviously my driver's seat's here. This is obviously a left-hand drive truck, so, but on the right-hand side, so all my tails are on this side, and then all the ratchets were on this side, and that was purely. I bet that's fun. Flatbed work. I've done flatbed work myself when I was on agency, delivering galvanized stuff and what have you. I'm actually sitting here sweating my fucking tits off. Yeah, 500 kilometers to go. Yeah, we do. Hot Rod works for, is it DHL you work for? It's an easy job, but it can be a hard job as well. The driving bit, on the whole, I see as relatively easy. It's relatively straightforward. You just go from point A to point B. You just have to watch all the fucking idiots on the road. Yeah, but the hardest part comes when you are in the yard trying to manoeuvre around things. There's a bit of forward planning, and you're generally going to be okay. Now, in a minute, I'm going to. So, of course, going back to the hospital story, like it gives me on the Thursday a pair of crutches and gets me out and about. But on the Wednesday evening after the surgery, I'm lying in bed, got the drip in. I'm like, great. Yeah. He comes along and finally disconnects that, but it leaves a cannula in my arm. It's like, calls of the nurse, like, I need a bottle. Okay. So he comes back and gives his cardboard bottle to piss in. So leans up. Bit stiff, but leans up like. Okay. Puts me cock in his fucking bottle like. Come on, piss. So I can feel I need to piss. Like, come on, piss. Come on. I want to go. I can feel I need to leak. No. Nothing. So I'm starting this fucking thing. About 10 minutes like, no movement. It's like, oh, great. Okie dokie. So swing. Oh, Harry and Sons now. Okay. Do I think I've heard of them? So he does a bladder scan on me. Like, I got over a litre of piss in my bladder. It was near bursting point at this point. Like, yeah. If you can't piss, we'll have to stick a catheter in you. Oh, gee, thanks. So swings out over the edge of the... lowers my bed down because his bed's fully adjustable. I can tilt the head up, tilt the feet up, put my bed in the heart attack position, I can angle the bed. Yeah. So lowers it down, swings out. Still got this cardboard bottle like. Looks down. Good job the curtains are closed. Come on, you bastard. Fucking piss. Come on. Then you feel it. Oh, thank God for that. I've been trying for the last 10 minutes for you fucker to come out, and now you're finally going. 250 millilitres. Yeah. Truck driving is very interesting work. Truck driving can also be very boring work. It literally depends on what you do. I mean, if you do containers, it can be very boring. You spend most of it sat on the dock. Yeah, but half an hour later, beep, beep, yes, get another bottle. In fact, bring me two. Sure enough, then it started. I'm like, for fuck's sake, I'm pissing for fucking England here. Then, at this point, my leg was still relatively numb. I couldn't lift it up. Kick it back, but couldn't kick it out. Like, still a bit, was it? And then comes the pins and needles. Then the pins and needles get more intense. Then the pins and needles finally go away, and they're like, woohoo, I can actually move my leg. Fucking great. Thursday morning, in come the physio. Yeah, the physio team. And give me they comes in with like a Zimmer frame on wheels. I was like, that ain't gonna work. And he gives me a pair of crutches. And he gets me out and about. On the Friday, he with me again just to see how I get on up and down stairs. Brilliant. Right, we gotta discharge you tonight. Okay. Woohoo, I'm going home. And bearing in mind that it took him from 7:15 from when the ambulance arrived on Tuesday to about 12:15 to actually get me on the ward. It's not that far. This was including triage, ambulance, x-rays. I think I was on the trolley in the hospital for probably no more than 2 hours. He tells me on the Friday at about 1:30 that I'm leaving. I finally get out of the bloody hospital 8 o'clock at night. But on the way down, I've got my crutches, I'm like, jousting sticks. And then it's like, will you stop that? So he puts one down and starts to put the bloody thing. So they're trying to push the chair in a straight line, and it's going completely all over the bloody place. So I'm trying to push it like a bloody Venetian punt. Oh dear. But I can honestly say, yeah, I've heard so many horror stories about the NHS. Yeah. They do take the time, but having said that, they're methodical about it. Yeah. And yeah, they are understaffed. I think critically understaffed. But apart from that, the care I received was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I hear all these horror stories about nurses being miserable, hospitals, so like that. Nah. I don't know which fucking hospital they went to, but it certainly was not the Royal Stoke. I was looked after. Okay, I wasn't treated like royalty, but, you know, come on. I think there's only one hospital that treats you like royalty. But to get treated like royalty, you have to be royalty. But the care I received was absolutely fantastic. And what surprised me is yeah, and I think without the NHS, where the fuck would we be? If I was an American and I did this in the state of Georgia, I'd be hit with a $70,000 bill for my stay in hospital. Nah, I'm not the king. Although, funny to mention that, there's that bloody movement that's saying hashtag not my king. When I saw that, the first thing that came into my head, Monty Python, the Holy Grail, where King Arthur comes across the peasants and this peasant's like, who are you? I'm Arthur, King of the Britons. Who said you're king? Deep pockets and then some. Although, in America you probably have medical insurance. I don't have medical insurance. Like most people in this country, I don't have medical insurance. I don't need medical insurance. We have the NHS. Never needed it. Because my medical insurance is called my national insurance contributions. That's what they're there for. That I paid from the day I started work when I was 18. That my mother paid. That my father pays out of his pension now. And the likes. That everybody how to do it. I mean, obviously, if I was in the States, I would need health insurance. And I would have it. I mean, some places it comes through with union dues as well, I think. But that aside, yeah. I mean, there's a 3-person ambulance crew. 2 female ambulance technicians and a female student. They're all fucking sharp. Yeah. They're all fantastic. Yeah, too lazy to get a job. But again, it'll come back to bite them in the end. Oh dear, but I have to say, Yeah. I think without the nurses, I mean, most of my nurses were at the Royal Stoke were UK born. There was a fair, however, one shift of the I think it was the evening shift. They were from the colonies, India, Pakistan, and the Caribbean. I can honestly say I was in good hands. Although in the ward next to me, to my left, there was a guy in his 60s. Put them in national service. Yeah. Even if it means, even if it's like, yeah, the fire service. Because half of these bloody scroats I wouldn't trust with a fucking gun. Yeah. Then, what was I going to say? I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, with the staff, I don't think the NHS would. If you were to take away all of the EU nurses, the head of the physio there was Portuguese. Yeah, the lead in the anesthesia team who deal with the anaesthetics and stuff, he was from Nigeria. And they all spoke absolutely perfect English. Every one of them. I mean, yeah, a couple of them had the natural accent, but I could understand them, I could communicate with them. Try to do that with a fucking Geordie. Why, hey, man? But I do hope that I never have to go to hospital again. Not because, because I don't want another broken bone to put me into hospital. But I'm glad we have the NHS. But get this, what the NHS pays for fucking drugs, ridiculous. Yeah, they are. You know what Tesco paid for a pallet of paracetamol is probably about a quarter of what the NHS pay. Ridiculous. I've probably had about £1,000 worth of morphine inside me on the Tuesday when they broke me fucking hip. I hate to fucking think how much it cost. The actual drugs bill that I was that I spent and consumed. But the main thing is, once I'd come out of theatre, come out of hospital, because I'll come out of theatre, they do the drugs round. Do I need any paracetamol? Nurse looks at me, do you want to take paracetamol? No, I'm fine. I've just got a dull throb. That's bearable. Yeah. So every couple of hours you come round, do the drugs check and what have you. You took me T's and P's every hour. Yeah. Oh, that was a pisser. So we come take your stats. Okay, so you do me T's and P's. Right, okay. Right. So he takes me temperature. Sky high. In the 40s. What the fuck? That's wrong. Puts me bloody what's it on. I'm not sweating at this point. I'm not sweating. And like, puts me bloody. What the fuck? They're like, huh? Something wrong with me. So they had to switch the machine off and reboot the machine because the numbers that it was giving them was like, I should be having a fucking heart attack. I should be fucking dead. You know, like, 200 blood, like over 200 blood pressure, heart rate of sky high. Oh crap! Basically, all it was just the machine having a tizzy fit. So they reboots the machine, and then he does the test. And aha, that's what it should be like. When I saw it, I was like, yeah, okay, that's a little bit higher than what it should be, but but all was good. I mean, yeah, I got a 60-year-old, an 80-year-old, and a 90-year-old in the same fucking ward on me. Because the injury that I did to myself usually gets done to geriatrics and pensioners. But on the Saturday when I'm back at home, I was having to use 2 crutches to get around. I'm like, hang on, I can see a problem here. Because I've got a TV programme on in the front room. I'm now in the kitchen with a cup of tea. I've got a hand on each crutch. How the fuck am I supposed to carry the cup? So I worked it and worked it and worked it and worked it and worked. Whoops. Oops. I would have naturally have gone down there. So I'm down to 1 crutch in about 2 or 3 days. But whilst I was there, I'm thinking, this is on the Monday. Let's see if I can do this. I'll lift the crutch tips off the floor and tries and walks to the kitchen and back. It was fucking painful. But I did it. I was able to walk back. So I'm thinking, something's moving in the right direction. Yeah. What I was looking at, I wasn't actually paying any attention to my GPS. I was just aimed up for the junction. It's like, collision wall there. So I kind of bounced off the invisible wall. Oops. Yeah, so on the Tuesday, because I'm sleeping downstairs at this point, I'm still using 2 crutches. On the Wednesday, I'm thinking, yeah, down to I was down to one crutch on Wednesday, and just getting through it. This is on the Wednesday after a week after the surgery, because they want you up on your feet quickly. To get me, to get you out and about, so you can clear the bed for the next casualty. And I was just itching to get it because I didn't want to be in a bed where somebody else needed it. Yeah, I'm all about home now. First couple of days I slept downstairs. Because quite simply I wasn't able to get from the bed to the bathroom, downstairs to the bathroom before I needed. When I was on my way to go. I was like, nah. But now I can come downstairs quite nicely. Getting upstairs is still a bit uncomfortable, but I can get upstairs. You had calls from the physio every couple of days. And I just have the nurse come in, do the delta paring, and just do me T's and P's. And my sister goes, "What have I learned?" I've learned that I don't bounce. Yeah, what I'll tend to do, because at the moment I've got 2 handrails, so I use both handrails even now. Or I go leg following leg. So up with my good leg, stretch, put back. So I kind of go up one leg at a time. Whereas coming down, I'll go leg over leg. Which is how you would come downstairs, how Hot Rod would come down, how anybody else who's fully healthy would go up and downstairs. Leg, over leg, over leg. Bump, 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 bump. Just don't go also with tit. You want to go out, dog? Maybe stop here for a moment. I have a canine issue to deal with. And I have I want to make a cup of coffee. So I'll be back in a moment. Just bear with me, and I'll be back. Ah, dear. Right, I'm back. Right, I need to quickly back up and put some dino piss in this truck. Wow, long reach fuel, long reach hoses. Ah, dear. Yeah, the sky's got a strange colour outside. So I think there may well be it's smell it as well. It's damp out there, so there is rain in the air. Now is it this one? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Probably about 10-15 minutes, I think, for something like that for the average pump. So what I'll do, I'll probably just lean on the truck and just take my weight off my right leg whilst I'm fueling up. Not stand on one leg, just take the weight off my right leg. But I reckon that in about 20 years' time, I will probably have arthritis in my right hip. It's probably well fucked. Yeah, you don't have to pay for it either. It's 10 o'clock now as well, so it'll take me about an hour and a half to do this run. I'll see if there's a small short one knocking about then. Yeah, I do have a fuel card. Yeah, I do. I say I do. I'm not going to pay for the fuel my fucking self. Fuck that. Mind you, for what to fill up Dixie from empty to full, it's about 450 quid. She holds about tank holds about 300 litres of diesel. When that lasts a couple of days. 500 mile run. Nothing there, so it looks like I've got to go Valencia, Olbia. I think that's going to be it for tonight. Once I get up, I'll walk around. That sounds a bit. Stiffen myself up. There's one thing I've noticed. I do get stiff. Just being sat here in this chair, as comfortable as it is. So yeah, exactly. So for now, until next time, where hopefully I'll be in a better, slightly even better condition, because I've started to claw at the bloody walls. I was managing to get back to work. I can't wait. I just cannot wait to get back to work. So for now, take care and look after yourself. Stay safe. Don't do what I did and fall off the back of a truck. It fucking hurts. And I do not recommend it. Because you probably look being called a dickhead by your sister. That's what my sister called me. She goes, what are you doing in the hospital, you dickhead? Oh, I fell off a truck. Oh, you fucking dickhead. She has no shame or sympathy for me. So you take care, guys, and look after yourself. Bye for now.